1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Have you ever heard of this guy?
It's Todd.
It's Todd, honey.
He's funny.
Monday through Friday.
5 to 7.
On the radio?
You can tell she likes Todd for Todd.
He's a nut. Real character, that one.
Todd, let's do this.
Get the show started.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me now, 937-457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And yeah, we got severe weather here in the Miami Valley. Just had a tornado warning expire for Preble County. And I got to tell you, I saw some pictures, video flashed up on Channel 7. And it looked to me like there was a funnel cloud, or at least a wall cloud. I saw that wedge. But no word at this point if there was any damage in the Eaton. It was sort of like between Eaton and Lewisburg. Of course, heading from the west to the east, sort of in a northeastern direction. But that is expired. That is expired. We've got the all clear. However, there is a thunderstorm watch for a number of counties in the Miami Valley until 8 o'clock. Butler, Greene, Montgomery, Preble, and Warren. So if you're in those areas, just be on the lookout. Things could change quickly. There is a line of rain sort of all the way up to, I would say, Salina over to Sydney and then down through Montgomery County, down into Butler County, into Fairfield and so forth. And it's kind of scattered. It's kind of broken up. It's not a solid line per se, but that is that line is where that tornado warning came from. So if you've got the radar on your WHIO app, it may not look terribly impressive or dangerous, but like I said, we just had that tornado warning expire. So we're going to keep you updated, of course, throughout the evening here on WHIO. And again, like I mentioned, the weather app, that's the best way to do it, right there on your phone, and you'll get those alerts and warnings and everything else. So we're going to go to a commercial here, and then we're going to get things back on track, and we're going to start the show.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
T-O.
Double D.
H. Oh.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
on WHIO.
All right, everybody. Hello. And yes, I got the info about the car into a building. I have it right here, right in my hot little hand. So thank you for that. I'm going to touch on that here in a few moments after we get through some weather and all that stuff. But thank you. Let's see. I need to do this one. I got to click that one. That's right. That's right. It's a tomato warning, and you know why? It's because of all of the roundabouts. See if I can find that clip. Let's see.
We didn't have tornadoes here until we started putting into traffic circles. Because on the count of, you want to know why? When people go round and round in circles, it causes disturbance in the atmosphere and causes tornadoes.
Yeah, Paul, I've been watching that. If you have any interest in calling the show from there to kind of give us a Hurricane Helene. Is it Helene? Helene? Leslie. uh, yeah. The kids are getting younger and younger. Heather, that's a great video.
If you're We'll have that for you at 5:30. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
Well, he has quite the reputation.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Watching the weather right now. We had a tornado warning that expired about 15 minutes ago in Preble County, if you're just joining us and you didn't hear. But it doesn't appear as though anything else is kicked up. So that warning expired, and we're moving on with life. Let's see. What do we have? Oh, I've got tickets to give away tonight to see beloved TV icon Tony Danza. Remember Tony Danza? Yeah. He's going to be at the Arbogast Performing Arts Center on Saturday, August 12th. And according to the publicity, he dazzles with song, dance, wit, charm, and captivating storytelling. So when you hear that classic clip from Friends, you know, when Phoebe's talking about the song that Elton John did about Tony Danza, it's a classic. Friends fans know what I'm talking about. Just be the fifth caller. You'll hear it because I'll tell you to call. But be the fifth caller at 937-457-1290. We have yeah, we got this. We got a car.
House car.
Got a car into a building. And this one happened up in Piqua, and thank you to a number of folks, Leslie and Clinton and a few others who sent me this picture. It looks like it's the some sort of muffler shop at the corner of College and Covington Avenue. It looks like an SUV hit the building. It looks like the glass window and took out the window and maybe part of the blinds. So that would be, and there was some trying to figure it out. I think I may have mislabeled something on my Facebook the other day. According to my buddy Cal, who helps keep track of these, that this one would be number 103. But I think I labeled something else 103 the other day. So I'll have to go back and double check. But either way, we have another car into a building to add to our growing list.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
T-O.
Double D.
H.
Oh.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
on WHIO.
Sorry about that, folks. I was trying to fix my issue. Hang on, Larry. I'm gonna find the link. Hold on. I don't know if that link will work. Actually, hang on. Let me. Here we go. Try that, Larry. That is true. 6:30 is the breaking point. That's when my meds start wearing off.
WHIO Storm Center is currently activated. We'll break in whenever you need to know about approaching severe weather. 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Be of good cheer and call me.
Call me now! Call me! He's laughing at us right on the radio.
Least we could do is get him on the radio and talk to him.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Squirrels. Everywhere you go, there's squirrels. Munching on power lines are squirrels. A local menace, they are squirrels. You think they're cuddly and so sweet. Wait till they move onto your street and terrorize your neighborhood. They're always up to no good. Squirrels. Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but there are, I mean, in the last week, I've noticed a huge influx of squirrels out and about. I mean, I know they were always there, but I think they were just hiding. And now we get to the beginning of October, and they're all over the place. I know, you know, with winter's coming, they're running around trying to collect all their nuts. that they've buried so they can take them back to their squirrel condos. I saw this story. It has to do with squirrels. And actually, I have several stories here that have to do with critters being where they shouldn't be. And I thought this might be a an interesting topic or conversation. The crazy critters that you have found lurking in your space. This was actually from England, Gatwick, England. Apparently, two squirrels managed to get aboard a Great Western Railway Monday morning. It was a train from Reading to Gatwick. And this is what's so funny. They're squirrels, right? They're just squirrels. It forced passengers to flee to other carriages. Apparently, there was all kinds of squirrel chaos going on. The passengers alerted staff who tried to lure the squirrels off the train with snacks before trying to force them off with brooms. But to no avail. The squirrels stayed on the train the entire journey. And this is how bad it was. Apparently, they had to cancel train service because of two little squirrels. Two little squirrels. They say that we can confirm that the 0854 Reading to Gatwick was terminated at Red Hill after a couple of squirrels boarded the train. Of course, without tickets. Ba-dum-boom. The spokesman said we attempted to remove them at Red Hill, but one refused to leave and was returned to Reading to bring it in to this nutty tale. Ba-dum-boom. So that's kind of a crazy story. I mean, people have all sorts of experiences with squirrels getting into places that they shouldn't be. My neighbors across the street, they always leave their garage door open. And I just wonder how many squirrels have nestled away inside. I'd love to know. I'm not going to go check, but it certainly happens. And then there's this story. Now, this would freak me out. When it comes to little critters that creep me out, mice are right after snakes. I don't like snakes at all. Mice I can deal with. It's more of that moment when all of a sudden you see a mouse in your house or somewhere. It just startles you. I'm not so much afraid of mice. I'm just startled by them when I see them because they're small and they're quick. This was a Scandinavian Airlines flight traveling from Oslo, Norway to Spain. Was forced to make an emergency landing. And this would have creeped me out 100% after a mouse jumped out of an in-flight meal. Oh my gosh. A passenger told the BBC he was sitting next to the woman when she opened her meal and the mouse jumped out. He said, surprisingly, other passengers were not too stressed at all, though he admitted to tucking his pants into his socks so the mouse wouldn't climb up his leg. Yeah. That would creep me out. In line with company procedures, the pilot made an emergency landing. Now, I thought that was odd. Why would you make an emergency landing because of a mouse on a plane? But it makes sense. An airline spokesman said the mouse could start chewing on wires. That would be bad. You imagine that? That would be just awful. A plane being taken out of the air by a mouse. After passengers deplaned, they boarded another aircraft and arrived in Spain only a few hours behind schedule. Yeah, that would freak me out. There's that movie, Snakes on a Plane. That is a nightmare. I don't know that I would be concerned with one mouse on a plane. I wouldn't like it, but I probably wouldn't be too bothered by it. Rats. Yeah, I don't like rats. Rats to me are worse than mice. Unfortunately, I've never lived any place where we've had to deal with rats. Spiders, I don't mind. I'm one of the ones that catches the spiders and takes them outside. Roaches. Yeah, that's disgusting. Those creep me out. And also on my list, missionaries. And then the last one. This is nuts. This closed down a library for a weekend. A Detroit area library was forced to close down after workers discovered bugs in a DVD somebody had returned on Friday night. So this library had one of those drop boxes. The library that I go to, the Beaver Creek Library, they're on Dayton Xenia. It's got one of those doors. You just kind of open up and you drop your your books or your DVDs or CDs or whatever back into there, and it falls into a giant bin. And at some point, somebody comes along and empties it. Well, that's what happened here. The Royal Oak Public Library said that workers found the bugs when they opened the DVD and immediately contacted a pest control company. Library officials posted on Facebook that the bugs entered the library and the items in our book drop. Now, I'd be curious to know if this was intentional, because this really could be like a low-level, albeit I'll say low-level terrorist attack. And you think I'm nuts, but people do that all the time with bugs, and like bed bugs in particular. I've heard stories about that, where people will go and drop, bed bugs at different places. They scoop them up from their own beds, and then they put them in a little vial, and then they just, it's disgusting. People are disgusting and people are mean. But I wonder, because how do roaches get into a DVD case and somebody not know it? Right? I mean, I guess you could have a really messy, disgusting home and borrow DVDs from the library, and they just happen to get back into the case. But this sounds to me almost like this is something that someone may have done intentionally. Maybe they had some sort of bone to pick with the library. And Paul on the live stream, I don't know what DVD it was. It doesn't say. And I felt like that was one piece of the information that we should have had. Not that it really matters, but for my own interest, I would have liked to have known what DVD it was. My thought was maybe A Bug's Life, but there's probably better ones. Let's see. So it entered the library through the book drop, and they had to remain closed until they could deal with the problem. Workers sent a photo of the bugs to a pest control company, which identified them as cockroaches. You would think that people would know what cockroaches look like. They're probably the most common bug known to man, right? The people at the library couldn't identify cockroaches. I assume there's probably different, types of cockroaches, but cockroaches nonetheless. All the items in the book return were bagged and placed in a garage for precaution. And the pest control company came and took care of it, inspected the building, gave the all clear. So that's good. But just 3 stories there where critters end up where they shouldn't be. And roaches. Here's the thing, and if you've ever had to deal with roaches, it's usually not, at least in my experience, it's usually not one treatment. Now, maybe if you call a pest control company and they come in and they, do a big thing and they bug bomb your house or whatever. I've never had that done before. I have done battle with roaches when I lived in an apartment because, not everybody in the apartment complex is as tidy as they should be. So when one apartment gets roaches, all the apartments have roaches. So it could be a real challenge trying to do battle. But fortunately, they got the library cleared up, and kids were able to go back and not worry about bugs falling on top of them. We've got this great promotion. We started, last week, and we've already had a number of nonprofit groups take advantage of this. It's called Wing It Wednesday. And the idea is very simple. Advertising your nonprofit or your event in particular A lot of fall festivals that are coming up. And I'm fine with promoting those as well. Not just nonprofits, like charity groups or whatever. If you've got an event that's coming up and you want to promote it on the show, we're giving you an opportunity. Wing It Wednesday. And basically how it works is you bring me a plate of chicken wings from someplace. I don't care where. And you come in on a Wednesday. You sit down here in the studio and you talk about your nonprofit or your event for, 5-10 minutes and get some free publicity here on the Evening Edge on WHIO. And like I said, I've been saying it's a win-win-win. It's a win for you because you get to promote your nonprofit or event. It's a win for the chicken wing place because wherever you bring the chicken wings from, I'm going to promote. They're going to get free promotion. And lastly, I get fed. And that's why it's a win-win-win. So if you'd like details on that, go to my Facebook page and just look for the logo that says Wing It Wednesday. You can't miss it. It's my face on a plate of chicken wings.
What am I listening to now? What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Spell it out.
Double D.
H. Double L.
S T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
That's probably what it's going to be, Leslie. 2 weeks of fall, and then snowstorms. Hey, Russell. How you doing? Oh, come on. Everybody loves stories about bugs. What's a DVD? Stink bugs. Yeah. I don't like them either. A frog from the toilet. Well, it could be worse. It could have been a snake. How many times have we heard that story?
Justice Department is suing a credit card company. We'll have that for you at 6. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
Something told me to turn on the radio.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Well, I mentioned it earlier. We had a car into a muffler shop up in Piqua. And I went back and looked, and I mislabeled the last incident of a car into a building. I should have labeled it 102. I labeled it 103. So I've gone back and fixed it. I know these things have to be accurate. Accurate. At some point, I'm going to put out an almanac. Every year, this is how many and where it occurred. But it was 102. It was a muffler shop at the corner of College and Covington Avenue in Piqua. And I got a bunch of messages on this, so thank you very much. Also, I just saw on Channel 7, they showed the Wienermobile. And I mentioned this yesterday. The Oscar Mayer Wienermobile is in town this week. I guess on Saturday, it's going to be at the Kroger Marketplace on West Alex Bell Road in Moraine at noon. And then Sunday, it's going to be at a car show out in Wilmington, the 5th annual James Miller Memorial Car Show from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So here's what I'm asking. If you see it out and about, it doesn't have to be at one of these two events. Maybe they parked it on the side of the road. Maybe they're in a parking lot somewhere. Maybe they stopped for food, whatever the deal is. Get a selfie. Take a selfie of you and the Wienermobile and post it and mark it hashtag Weenie Todd. Let's see how many pictures we can get. We got one last night. It's great. It's right up on my Facebook. But I'd love to see a bunch of Weenie Todd photos.
What am I listening to now? What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
Double D.
H. Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Wow, 2 inches of rain in 2 days. I mean, it's good that you're not getting it all at once.
patreon.com/ad-free to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let the tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. A+.
Oh, sorry. Thanks, Susan. My bad. Yeah, thanks, Jeff. Sorry. I think I had it. I think I just inadvertently potted it up.
So I'm Ron Otto, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO, Dayton's News and Talk. Depend on it.
The WHIO Storm Center is currently activated. We'll break in whenever you need to know about approaching severe weather. 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Hold on to your panties. The party is about to begin.
I can hardly wait.
I love this show. Check 1, check 2, check 3.
Are we ready?
Check 4.
You know what? Enough talk. It's showtime.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me now. 937-457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. The job's a joke, you broke, love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, your month, even your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you. I've been there before. I'll be there for you. So there for you too.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So, yeah, that was the Friends theme. Oh, no. No. Hold on. Okay, I know what I did. So, okay. All right. Okay. All right. This is what just happened. This is just what happened. Okay. So we have this contest going on right now with tickets to go see Tony Danza. He's going to be at the Arbogast Performing Arts Center. And I said, when you hear Phoebe sing the song about Tony Danza, be the fifth caller. Well, I just played the Friends song, the actual theme song, because I have a story about the show Friends. This is not the time to call for the tickets. But poor Ian in there was unprepared for an onslaught of telephone calls from people. That was not the cue to call, as they say in the radio business. So, maybe this could have been better planning on my part. I apologize, but we're moving on. So here's the deal. Here's the thing with Friends. And I don't know if anybody saw this, but yesterday, Max, the channel, HBO Max, they announced that they have greenlit a new Friends game show. And basically, here's what they're saying. It's called Fast Friends, and it will bring in fans to compete across 18 nostalgia-filled rooms, activations, and recreated sets. And this is going to be on Max. It's a new 4-part game show that will take place in the celebrated series' iconic sets in a fast-paced competition event. Here's what they say. From racing through Rachel and Monica's apartment to darting across Joey and Chandler's bachelor pad and grabbing a coffee at Central Perk, fans will relive their favorite moments while being put on to the test with trivia, puzzles, and games that will keep even the most diehard Friends fans on their toes. The quickest team will win the title of Ultimate Friends Fan. That's not bad. I like that idea. Now, I will admit, I watched Friends, but I was not as big of a Friends fan as, say, for example, my wife. My wife is a bit younger than me, and that was her generation. That was her deal. All through the 90s, that's when it came on, and she was really hardcore into Friends. But that's going to be exciting because maybe that'll be something my wife and I can watch together. There are things that we watch together, but she's into like real scary movies. I'm not so much into that. I like historical films. She's okay with it, but it's not like she doesn't just clamor for those. So, but this might be something we can both get into. And it got me thinking. It's like, well, what game show or what TV sitcoms would I probably do pretty well with when it comes to trivia? And I think if I had to pick three, I would go definitely with the Brady Bunch. Now, I watched the Brady Bunch in reruns. I didn't watch it live. It went to reruns by the time I was old enough to watch TV and know what I was watching and remember it. But I absolutely love that. The next one would probably be Seinfeld. I've seen every episode probably half a dozen times. I love that. And then the third one, this was kind of a toss-up. I mean, I watched MASH, and I've seen MASH a lot because remember, after it went off the air, it was on Channel 7 every day, I think at 4:30. And I would watch MASH religiously every single day. But as far as sitcoms go, that would be, I'd probably be pretty good at the trivia for that. But not so much Friends. Now, if we're talking dramas, oh yeah, WKRP, I'd be good at that one too. That's a good point, for sure. Dramas, I would probably be West Wing Followed by, let's see. I'm not sure. Justified might be one with Timothy Oliphant. I love that one. That was a great one. I could probably answer a lot of trivia questions from that. I know that there are some bars that do like TV show trivia, like one night. And I'm guessing there's some local bar that does Friends trivia night. I know I've seen it before. But so anyway, if you're a big Friends fan, and it doesn't say when it's going to come out, which I was a little perturbed at, but it'll be on at some point, I'm sure, here in the next 6 months. It's the 30th anniversary. Can you believe that? 30 years ago. Is that right? 30 years ago? 10, 20? Yeah, 30 years ago. Man, oh man. It's Tasty Tuesday.
Why don't you go inside and get yourself a tasty snack?
Want a bite? They're real tasty.
How you get so big that you food up this guy?
It was tasty.
Delicious and tasty.
When you're hungry, everything looks tasty.
That was tasty little hors d'oeuvre.
Well, I love talking about food because it's the one thing we can all sort of agree on. We all love a good meal. You may not agree on politics or religions or sports teams or anything like that, but by gosh, we all love a good, hearty meal. And I saw this today, and this is great because over the last few years, I love talking about a national day. Like today is National, Pizza Day or Cheeseburger Day or whatever it is. And it's just a real easy way to come up with a topic for a talk show. And, it is what it is. But over the years, I have railed about this, that National Taco Day was not on a Tuesday. It was just like it was a particular date in October, and some years it would land on a Tuesday, but most of the time it wasn't. It was Wednesday, Thursday, whatever it was. And it's like everybody knows Taco Tuesday. It should be on a Tuesday. Well, it's been announced that the national calendar, the National Day calendar, these are the people that come up with these crazy days that I talk about all the time. Taco Bell apparently convinced them to move National Taco Day to the first Tuesday in October every year. I love that. That deserves a round of applause. It's just easier to remember. So that's great. So that's awesome. And that's next Tuesday, October 1st. The first real natural Taco Tuesday. Shaquille O'Neal is entering the candy game with, ready for this, Shaqalicious XL gummies. The oversized gummies feature two varieties. Shaqalicious Original have gummies or are gummies that are molded after O'Neal's face. And the Shaqalicious Sour is offered in 3 shapes and flavors that celebrate his storied career. Shaq's Original gummies come in peach, berry punch, and orange flavors, all shaped like his head. And for those with a desire for a tangy twist, the sour edition comes, it's shaped like his legendary nicknames, Diesel, the Big Cactus, and the Big Shamrock. I've never heard those names for Shaq before. Never. They're pineapple, mixed berry, watermelon, and watermelon flavors. Amazon is introducing a new private food label called Amazon Savor. And according to the announcement, the goal is to help grocery budgets go farther or further. The private label will include general grocery essentials, crackers, cookies, canned fruits, condiments, and more. Most of the Amazon Savor products will be priced under $5. And if you're a Prime member, you get an additional 10% off. Following the launch, they plan to add over 100 new items. And lastly, this is making the rounds on social media. Cracker Barrel. I haven't been to Cracker Barrel in a long time, but apparently they have a new fall menu that has taken off. One item in particular And I got to tell you, this sounds good. Hash brown casserole shepherd's pie. Oh. It's simmered pot roast and a home-style gravy filled with carrots, peas, onions, celery, and mashed potatoes, topped with a griddled hash brown casserole crust, finished off with a dollop of sour cream. That sounds amazing. I love a good hash brown casserole, and I love shepherd's pie. So there you go. That's new, I guess, at Cracker Barrel.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
T. Oh.
Double D.
H.
Oh.
Double L.
S. T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Ooh, I Dream of Jeannie. I watched that one too in reruns. I wouldn't consider myself, though, a trivia expert on it, though. Captain Scurvy, I couldn't disagree more. Angela Lansbury. Angela Lansbury. By a landslide.
We know about this guy, Mr. Hot Stuff. The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Has anybody seen the new Matlock with Kathy Bates? They rebooted Matlock, if you haven't seen. It's on CBS. And it features Kathy Bates playing Maddie. And she's, I guess, some sort of lawyer. And she tackles big, hard cases like Matlock did. Andy Griffith played Matlock, right? Yeah. I want to know, because we were just having this conversation on the live stream about the beauty of Barbara Eden from I Dream of Jeannie, and I was arguing with Captain Scurvy and pointing out the fact that he was wrong, that that Barbara Eden was not the most beautiful woman in the history of television. I would put Angela Lansbury in her younger years above Barbara Eden, 100%. But when are they going to reboot Murder, She Wrote? Remember that one? I remember that. She was wasn't she a writer? She was like a mystery writer. I want to say her name was Jessica Fletcher in that show. And she'd go around solving mysteries and crimes. That would be a good one. That would be a good one to reboot if they're looking for ideas. I mean, eventually CBS is going to reboot everything. I mean, they rebooted Dallas. Remember that? That was on for a while. When are they going to reboot? Let's see. What else was on CBS? Trying to think. Was Dukes of Hazzard on CBS? I know they rebooted it for a movie. I'm not sure. But there's a couple of ideas. Go to WHIO.com, click on Radio Contest, or you can find it on my Facebook page. This is kind of cool. The Rocky Horror Picture Show 49th Anniversary Tour is coming to Victoria Theater, and we've got your chance to win a VIP package for 4. You will get 4 tickets down front and 4 VIP passes to meet none other than Barry Bostwick. Now, Barry Bostwick played Brad Williams in the original Rocky Horror Picture Show. And this is going to be happening October 9th, Victoria Theater. So go there and register to win those tickets. It's a VIP package, and you can get tickets for the Rocky Horror Picture Show 49th Anniversary Spectacular Tour at DaytonLive.org.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
I think Scurvy would knock me out just with his breath. He wouldn't even have to throw any punches. Captain Scurvy, I only take about a quarter back of what I said. Just a quarter. That Captain Scurvy is a punk ass. Ooh, Elizabeth Montgomery, yeah. Angela Lansbury. Young, look at that. Stunning. She was stunning. I mean, look at that. Come on now. Battle of the Babes from decades ago. Oh, Betty White, yeah. I saw a picture of Betty White today sitting in a sitting on the set of the TV game show Liars Club. I think with wasn't her husband the host of that show? But she was sitting next to David Letterman, who was on as a guest. I always like Susan Partridge. Susan Day.
Really?
WHIO Storm Center is currently activated. We'll break in whenever you need to know about approaching severe weather. 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Everybody, could I have your attention, please?
I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Now, hold on, dummy. Just you listen to me.
Now, listen to me carefully.
You boys got something to say to me? Why don't you talk into the microphone?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Most romantic song ever was The Way We Were.
See, I think the one that Elton John wrote for that guy on Who's the Boss. Hold me close, young Tony Danza.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. There you go. That was the cue to call. Be the fifth caller, 937-457-1290. You're going to win a pair of tickets to see TV icon Tony Danza at Arbogast Performing Arts Center Saturday, October 12th, as he dazzles with song, dance with charm, and captivating storytelling. Be the fifth caller, and you'll win those tickets. My grandma, oh my gosh, my grandma Holt, she loved Tony Danza. She was a hardcore Who's the Boss fan. If I went to go visit her and just some, I could do this with my grandparents. You just, just show up unannounced. You just drop by. And they're always generally happy to see their grandkids. And if I happen to forget that it was Who's the Boss night, I'd have to remain silent until the show was over. And then she would be like, oh, it's my grandson's great. All right. I got 5 stories here. And I'm not sure which one to do. I've got a story about a kidnapped child reunited with his family 73 years later. I got world record lunacy. I've got science news. I got a Florida man. And I've got this is a list. It's National Punctuation Day, which celebrates proper punctuation. And I do this list every year. It's a sort of a Letterman-esque top 10 list of top 10 rejected punctuation marks. It's not terribly funny, but I do it every year on National Punctuation Day. Just out of tradition, just out of habit. So I'm not sure which one I'm going to do first. I'm going to spin the wheel here and see. All of these are up on the wheel. See which one we get. Oh, we're going to do the world record story, okay?
Guinness World Records America.
A new record!
He's setting a new world record! You're looking at a guy who's gonna set a new world record.
That's another world record!
So I've talked about this guy before on the show. He is he's addicted to breaking records and setting records. His name is David Rush, and he is from, Idaho. Yeah, I think he's from Idaho. And I guess he's a teacher, and he does these records. He sets these records to try to, I don't know, entertain and inform and educate his students. At first I thought, okay, I kind of get that. Teachers are always looking for creative ways to get through to their students. But now, I'm not kidding, like every week he is setting a new record. Now, it's not like he's breaking a record. In some instances, he might be, but he's actually setting new records that nobody would have thought about. He's just making it up. And for some reason, that rubs me the wrong way. I don't know why. But he broke a record. Let's see. Yeah, he broke a record that he set back in 2020 of throwing metal chopsticks into an archery target in 1 minute. He threw 28 metal chopsticks into an archery target. Now, who would have thought, hey, I got an idea. Let's try to set a record by throwing metal chopsticks into an archery target. There's no useful skill there that you can really use for anything. You know what I mean? It's annoying. And I guess last week he was on that Live with Kelly and Mark that's on Channel 7, and he broke his own Guinness World Record by punching 600 balloons in a minute. And this was like a deal where the balloons, I guess, were on a wall. And he had boxing gloves, and he went through and he hit 600 of these in a minute, which I guess is kind of impressive. I mean, that's a lot of punches. 600 punches in a minute. That's pretty good. But these were like the balloons that you'd see at the carnival, But this guy, he's like, and he also holds the record for setting the most records. It's just a little much. He's just a little much. All right, here's this story about this kidnapped guy. This is a remarkable story. I saw this the other day. It's starting to slowly make the rounds on social media. There was a guy by the name of Luis Armando Albino. He's a Vietnam War veteran and a retired firefighter who lives on the East Coast. Back in 1951, he and a brother were at a park. And some woman who spoke Spanish came up to the two boys, and she promised them that she would buy them candy if they followed her. The one brother named Roger didn't follow, but the brother Louis did follow, and he ended up getting kidnapped. And his family never saw him again. This was in 1951. So, years and years ago, the family stopped looking because they figured, he wasn't coming back here. Maybe he was killed. What a horrible thing for a family to have to deal with. Albino's relatives, including his mother, who died in 2005, searched for decades before his 63-year-old niece stumbled across him after taking an online DNA test just for fun, which showed a 22% match. At that time, she tried unsuccessfully to contact Albino and then gave up, wasn't having any luck. Then her daughters picked up the search in early 2024. And they presented police with enough evidence that they reopened the missing persons case. And they were able to contact the guy. And through more DNA testing, it was confirmed that this was the guy that had been kidnapped 73 years ago. And now he's reunited with his family. And fortunately, he was able to return to California, see his family, and see his brother just 3 weeks before he passed away. That's remarkable. 73 years. And, nobody knew where he was. But that's a really good story. We have a science story here.
Consider the following: miscellaneous and wondrous things.
I've been meaning to get to this one.
Science, lad. Come here, I'll show you.
Blah, blah, blah. Science, science, science.
How can scientific truth be heresy?
What did the great man of science have to say today?
So have you heard about the mini moon? Yes, the mini moon. The mini moon is here. Well, it will be here shortly. NASA says an asteroid about the size of a bus was discovered back in August and is set to become a mini moon, revolving around Earth in a horseshoe shape from September 29th to November 25th. Scientists have tracked the asteroid's orbit for 21 days and determined its future path. The asteroid is from the Arjuna asteroid belt, I guess that's how you pronounce it, which orbits the sun. Earth's gravitational pull will draw it towards Earth, and much like our own moon, it will orbit our planet, but only for 56.6 days. And then it will move away from Earth. It will make another appearance when it returns to the Earth's orbit in 2055. I don't know that I'm going to be here for that. Ian, you'll be here for that. But it's not, it will not be visible to the majority of people due to its size or lack thereof and brightness. That's according to space.com. But here in a few days, the 29th, that's just 5 days from now, we're going to have two moons. Two moons. All right. This is, I do this every year. It's a tradition. I'm telling you right now, it's not terribly funny. But I do it. It's out of habit. I do it. And it's a ill-conceived top 10 list. You want to get in on this, Ian?
I would love to.
Feel like I'm twisting your arm.
Okay.
You know, somebody commented on the live stream that they feel like around 6:30 the show kind of falls off the rails.
That's kind of mean.
Well, I don't think they meant it as it being mean, that it just sort of
What's their name, address?
No. It just loses a little bit of steam. I need to take some of that spark drink, whatever that spark, the little what is that little thing in the
energy?
Yeah, some one of those things.
Yeah.
Well, today is National Punctuation Day, which celebrates proper punctuation. At some point in history, and a bunch of people got together and formed what is known as the Grammar Police.
Oh.
And their job is to enforce punctuation rules with an iron fist. But first, they needed to come up with said punctuation marks.
Yeah.
And here now are the top 10 rejected punctuation marks. All right?
This is so cool. I'm excited for this.
Number 10. Remember, this is a tradition. I have to do this on this date, September 24th. Number 10, the derogatory colon.
The derogatory colon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 9, the triply ellipses. Number 8, the loaded question mark. Number 7, the boppy hyphen. Number 6, the consorting colon. Number 5, the cheeky underscore. Number 4, the sagging bracket. Number 3, the glittering semicolon. Number 2, the wobbly comma. And the number 1 top rejected punctuation mark. The double entendre colon.
These all sound like really bad deli sandwiches.
Or that. Yeah. These are rejected punctuation marks or really bad deli sandwiches.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Coming up.
T-O-double-D.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
I tend to agree. I think the show starts sucking around 6:30. That's right. If you're drinking around 6:30, the show, it kind of balances out, right? If you're not drinking, you're like, what on earth is happening? Get the wiener drivers on the show. Boy, I don't know who I call. Who do I call? I will admit, for some reason, I'm feeling a little slap happy. I mean, and I don't drink before the show or anything like that, so I don't know what the story is today. No, I do not drink during the show. I drink water. This is 100% water. Just because, I have my coughing fits. Wiener Wednesday. Because while I like hot dogs, I love wings.
Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
And Tom, Tom, what were you again?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Well, back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. We're out of time. However, I do have time to tell you about the Evening Edge Movie Madness happening Saturday, October 19th, Plaza Theater. Beautiful, historic downtown Miamisburg. It's a double feature. Doors open at 7. First movie starts at 8. It's Reefer Madness. And then at 9:30, the Ed Wood masterpiece, Plan 9 from Outer Space. 2 really cheesy movies to make your Halloween even more spectacular. You can get details at myplazatheater.com or on my Facebook page. Have a great Tuesday night. We'll see you just after 5 tomorrow here on WHIO.
And that's how she wrote.
I got nothing left.
Why don't you just call it a night?
I'm saying it's over, superstar.
That's it, guys. We're all fried.
You guys have a good night.
Unplug everything, wrap it up. Let's go home.
WHIO wants to put you on our payroll. It's the all-new Twin Sister Station.
All right, everybody. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.